All right, we're going to talk about ser versus estar. If you are looking in the textbook, we're in the Purple Spanish 1 textbook and on page 258. Let me add that, page 258. Okay, ser and estar. Now, you've probably noticed by now in Spanish, ser and estar both mean to be. They both mean to be. However, the way you use them is different. So let's first fill in the conjugations, and then we'll get into the uses. So for ser, which is on the left side, we're going to, of course, just fill in the regular conjugations like we've been doing. Soy, eres, es, somos, soy, son. And then on the right side of our paper, we're going to do estar. Estoy, estás, estar. Estamos, estáis, están. Now, just for a quick review, I want to go over the meaning. So for both yo forms, soy and estoy, they both mean I am. Now, like I said, their uses are different, but they mean the same thing. So soy and estoy both mean I am. Eres and estás, you are. Es and está, he is, she is, or you formal are. Somos and estamos, we are. Sois and estáis, y'all are. Son and están, they are or y'all are. There are acronyms to help us remember the uses, okay? Now, at the time when I'm making this video, the charts above my whiteboard that I'm teaching you on have these written down, okay? They are like the pillars of understanding parts of basic Spanish, so I've got them on the wall. They may have moved by the time you're watching this, but they are somewhere in my room, so look around. They're blue and green. I'm not sure which one's which color, but they're blue and green. Okay, I'm going to flip to a picture that has this filled in. Since I don't have my stuff with me here at home, I have it online. So for ser, we're going to use doctor, D-O-C-T-O-R. D is for date, O is for occupation, like your job. C is for characteristics, like telling me what someone's like, describing them. T is for time. O is for origin, like where someone comes from, and R is for relation, like how you're related to somebody or something. Okay? D for date, like for example, hoy es martes, today is Tuesday. O for occupation, soy una profesora, I'm a teacher, or soy un estudiante, I'm a student. Keep in mind, being a student is considered your job, even though we know you will not be a student forever. It is considered your job, your occupation. C for characteristics, yo soy alta, I'm tall. T for time, son las 11, I guess, it's 11. Origin, es de los Estados Unidos, he is from the United States. And relation, es mi prima, she's my cousin. And for estar, we're going to use place, P-L-A-C-E. P is for position. L is for location. A is for action. C is for condition. And E is for emotion. By position, I mean something's to the left or to the right. So, está a la derecha, it's to the right. Location, where something's located, like my paper is on my desk. Mi papel está encima de mi pupitre. My paper's on top of my desk. A for action, estoy comiendo, I'm eating, whatever you're doing, an action. C is for conditional things like being sick or sadly being happy. Things that are temporary like how you're feeling, como estoy muy feliz hoy, I'm very happy today. And E is for emotion. I'm sorry, that would be for how you're feeling. So condition would be like being sick. Estoy enferma. I am sick. An emotion. Estoy feliz. I'm happy. Go ahead and copy those down. Commit those to memory. You're going to need them. Doctor, place. Doctor, place. Doctors for ser. Estar is place. All right. Pause this. Write it down. We'll keep on going. All right. Welcome back. We're going over to the notes. And we're going to fill in the top blank up here. So, los usos de ser. The uses of ser, los usos de estar, the uses of estar over here on the right. For the uses of ser, the two examples we're given are que hora es y son las dos. So this is for time, T-I-M-E, the time. Que día es hoy? Es lunes, that would be the date. ¿Cuál es la fecha? That's also date. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? That would be origin. ¿Cómo son los autobuses? What are the buses like? If we go look back at doctor, that would be characteristic, the C in doctor. ¿Quién es María? Es mi amiga. That would be relation, which is the R in doctor. And over here, we have ¿Dónde estás? Where are you? Which would be position or location, depending on what you're saying. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy mal. Estoy muy enfermo. So how are you? I'm bad. I'm very sick. Those would be conditional things, the C in that. And ¿quién está ausente? Who's absent? That would be conditional. Well, no, action. They're absent. Okay? Those are just some quick examples. And if you look up at the board, if you look for my two pillars of ser and estar, doctor and place, underneath each acronym's description, I have an example. So go ahead and take a look at those. All right. We forgot one down here. De quién es la flor? That's ownership. Who's the flower belong to? Okay. Hay mucho práctica. Hay mucha. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Yo blank aquí. Yo estoy aquí. I'm here. Dos. De quién blank la moto. De quién es la moto? Who does it belong to? La blusa es blanca. Es or está? Es, right? Characteristics. If you're telling me the shirt is white, it's always going to be white. And you're telling me a characteristic of it. I forgot to mention something. Let me go back to this. Ser is typically used for things that are a little bit more permanent, and estar is used for things that are typically more temporary. So how you're feeling, where something's at, those are all things that are likely to change, okay? But ser, things like your job, what you're like, where you're from, those kinds of things are a little bit more on the permanent side, okay? So think of it like that, permanent versus temporary. Número 4. Margarita, blank muy triste, saying someone's sad is temporary, so we're going to say está. El café está al lado del museo. The cafe is beside the museum. Even though that cafe may be there for hundreds of years, may be a pillar of the community, it may always be next to that museum, it's still considered temporary. It's still considered a location. So we're going to use estar. La señora Wells es la profesora. She's the teacher. Tú estás muy inteligente. No. Tú eres muy inteligente. You are very intelligent. And that is because that's a characteristic. Telling me someone's very intelligent is a characteristic of what they're like, as opposed to something conditional like if you had a sudden burst of intelligence and you did amazing on an exam, saying like, well, that doesn't make much sense. Never mind. Saying you're intelligent is a characteristic. All right. Go ahead and try the rest and pause it and come on back. All right. Nosotros, we're very worried. Nosotros estamos. Los coches son muy pequeños. The cars are very small. Mañana es domingo, ¿verdad? Tomorrow is Sunday, right? ¿Quién blank tu novia? Who is your girlfriend? ¿Quién es tu novia? That's a relationship. ¿De quién blank los zapatos? ¿De quién son los zapatos? Who do the shoes belong to? La casa es de los Garcia. The house is of the Garcia family. Mis padres son de Argentina. Oh, son en. Oh, están en. Be careful. La Argentina. My parents are in Argentina. That's location. Tricky. 15. Los lápices son de mi amigo. The pencils are my friends. It's ownership. 16. 16. Mi cumpleaños es el 30 de enero. My birthday is the 30th of January. That's the date. La línea está ocupada. So the phone line being busy is conditional. Comes from estar. Juan y yo somos amigos. Juan and I are friends. Somos because it's a relationship. Es la 1:15 or cuarto. It's 1:15. That's time. That comes from ser. De quiénes son los libros? Ownership. Who do the books belong to? Las chicas son de Costa Rica. The girls are from Costa Rica. That's origin. La moto está enfrente de la fuente. So that is location. Los muchachos están cansados. They are tired. Y la hamburguesa. A characteristic of what that hamburger is like is going to be ser. So we're going to use es. La hamburguesa es enorme. It's huge. And I believe that is it for the examples. Let's take a look at the book. We covered everything here. The big thing here is to remember the uses, and that's what we're going to be covering from here on out. The different uses of ser and estar. So if you're talking about what someone's like versus what someone's feeling like that day, or a relationship versus how you're feeling, whatever the case is. Okay? Ser versus estar, doctor versus place, permanent versus temporary. Buena suerte.